Vasily, hello, shining. Not a bad shame that. Hello, Vasily's ghost. Hello, shining. Oh, Vasily, not a bad pull that. Vasily, well, hello. Hello, Vasily's ghost. Hello, shining. Shame that. Well, yes. Hello, shining beauty.
What's left, you ask?
Vasily, hello, well, hello, shining beauty. Not a bad pull that.
And of course everything I've just said was not understood by you whatsoever because I didn't have my microphone enabled. Oh, now I need to put on this, reopen Twitch. There we go. That's it open now. Right, so what we're going to do is run just one. This is the simplest build that you can probably get in this season. You literally just run. You don't need to worry about pretty much anything. It just melts everything in its path. Oh, there's the XP bar, perfect. And that's all I was after. Is the XP well. So let's get back to town. Now I see there was a whisper here. How long's that got? 25 minutes. Okay, we can run this. We'll just run a lower level pit because it's just for the whisper. You don't get that much. Well, here we've got 170. I think I should probably get through this in roughly about a couple of minutes. Just run a little bit in a circle just to get the wolves up and running. And there's 3 or 4. Just run. And that's what this build is all about. It's finger friendly because you're not killing your wrist or your fingers or anything. You're strong enough to run all this T4 content and not really think about it too much. There we go, you see? Do we need to go up then down, or is it down then? I think it's up then down, so we just take another detour, come back down through the monsters that we didn't kill. And there we are. We've got 5 of the eyes. The Belial will be summoned at the end. Take a bit of protection going up. Makes us go a little bit faster. And we've got unhindered now, so we should be able to run through the packs that little bit easier. And down we come, across we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And these are the spiders on Mars, and they're not really feeling very hunky-dory. Oh, there we are. So, yeah, we might get just under 2 minutes. That's not too shabby for a 79. You know, it's taken 6 seconds plus to get Belial up here. Literally just over a couple of minutes. Now it's impossible to try and get this up, so let's have a look at some non-physical damage. Canny, chip, not doing any control. Crowd controlled, but we do actually crowd control some of the enemies. I think we'll maybe do let's have a look at control because it's 75 with we've pit level 79. It was easy enough to upgrade. Now this build is definitely not optimized for this. There are, if I go through the build, okay, well you got the Air of Perdition, and they're a little more easy to get this season than they have been in previous seasons. So I got the Air of Perdition. It's got Lucky Hit and Core, and Sanctified with item quality. Shroud of False Death. I looked for max life on this, and the GA is on all stats and Resource Gen. Resource Gen is quite good. Now for here I've got back set. That's why I'm running around all the time to summon the wolves. And then I've got Nagu Vex, which means maintain at least 1 summon. We're summoning all the time, and then I've got +1 to all skills, which is the Vex. Now I'm not sure whether the Vex is actually the right one. Could go with a different one to give us I think it's a War Cry that gives us 15% more damage, but it's still working fine. This is a key for the build. You do need Dawnfire. And here I've got a single GA on Holy Light aura to deal double damage, and the Holy Light passive is sort of midway. So it's not a fantastic piece, but it is what it is, and it was sanctified with holy damage. Which, yeah, these ones been on since the beginning almost. I have. It's a triple GA strength, max life per second, and then I re-rolled in the fortified generation, and it's masterworked with on guards, no, tempered with on guards to give us the block chance, and it's item quality again. But you see here, your resistance is while in arbiter form. I'm never in arbiter form, so really this sort of imprint is useless, but it's sanctified. And the gems is strength. I rolled this just the other day because I wanted to be unhindered. So here I imprinted Ghostwalker. While unstoppable and for 4 seconds you increase your movement speed and are unhindered. And now here what I went for is a GA and movement speed, because my movement speed was about 150 or something, because I'm not in arbiter form, so I don't get the speed bonus. But when I come to Sanctify, the Sanctify was on movement speed, and now I can't change anything. Oh man, I've got way too much movement speed now. Now I put on Doombringer because I wanted the max life in particular, and the all stats. But I rolled for the max life, and if you take a look at the max life now, I've got 17k without 9. So that makes a big boost for survivability. Then for damage, I went with the Herald of Zakharun, because it gives us increased strength, resistance, and armor. And the armor helps with the castle node. There are multiple ways you can get this, but I had this already, so I just slapped it on, and it has made a difference. Coming up to my jewelry, and again, this one I actually went for attack speed because you do need the attack speed, because the preacher nodes, as I'll get into it later, is on attack speed. Now here I changed the way to Edge Master, damage on primary resource, because I was thinking about going with Ring of Starless Sky, not Stinger, Metal's Heart of Selig, but I'm not going with the Metal's Heart of Selig quite yet. I tried it, but it's sort of so, and I'm not actually dealing any skills. So and again, this is a little bit blah. And then here it's been gain 45% of your primary resource for every life you heal, up to 300 roars, but it sort of is a little bit of a circle this, so it's okay. It's okay, but it's not fantastic. And here I've got Holy Punishment, Holy Fire and damage are increased. It's a max, that's pretty good. So this one I'm actually okay with. Attack speed, crit strike damage and cooldown, and it's sanctified with all stats. And I do need to change this because again, while in arbiter form, and I'm not on arbiter form at all, like ever. But if you did, you would gain more damage. That's absolutely true. But I've tried to make this build as absolutely simple as possible. So at some point I will try to change this, imprint it with something different. I'm not sure what yet. But here, damage, attack speed, 3 to dizzy and blow, and 4 to heavyweight. And it still works. not a major issue, still works. For my oaths, I'm still going with the disciple. I have considered going with one of the others, but I just haven't changed it yet. For the skill tree, there's 1 point into advanced because you need at least 1 point. I got 0 in here. All these that you're saying is from items, from gear. My on guard is at 100% additive and 50% block. You don't really need to do any more than this. It's more than enough. 1 point into parry, block and restores faith, because I really didn't have anything else to put it into. All these are from item contributions. Then I've maxed out the fanaticism into rite of vengeance, defiance into rite of prayer, and holy light into holy light judges enemies, and its cooldown is so I'm considering moving across into the judicator because of that. In fact, I'll just do it now, and we'll see what difference that makes, because this now judges. Then we have got nothing on here, no valor skills. These are all from Air of Perdition, as these are. Maxed out the best defense for damage when you're fortified, and we're fortified 100% of the time, and crit strike damage while fortified, and again we're fortified 100% of the time. 1 point into consecration. I will try and say concentration. Consecration up into hallowed ground at its increased size, but right now I am not running it. I could literally take this off and add the points into somewhere else if I could figure out where to add the other points. Now we've got righteousness, and the majority of the maxed out righteousness, increased holy and fire damage, which you're getting from the holy aura. You and your allies emanate light, dealing damage every second. Oh, that means we need to go to the boss soon. We don't need to fortify. So yeah, so then none of the ultimates. Maxed out shining armor, giant slayer, sacred arms. These are from Shroud of False Death. Sorry, we maxed out iron sharpens iron, break the line, and heavyweight. I guess we could take the 3 points of consecration and put them into press the advantage, but really we don't need the damage reduction, so I'm just keeping it the way it is. And we have coat of arms, which gives me, right now it's 113 damage, as opposed to exaltation, because we are not in arbiter form. I'll go through the Paragon board just in a wee bit, but let's head down into the boss, wherever the boss is. There's the boss, so we'll head down into there. So we'll just run down there, so you can have an idea of how it works. Hands free. So literally, you see on the bar, there's the 3 auras, but they're now if I really wanted to give a little bit more damage, then what I could just do is press the auras. But I just didn't even want to do that. I just wanted to see how the build would run, just as it is. And as you see, this is how it is. All T4 content just melts before it. And it's as simple as that. And because I've got these, I'm at 200% movement speed, even when I'm not in arbiter form. So that's it. That now this melts all the world bosses. Well, no, all the layer bosses. World bosses are a wee bit different because they've got so much resilience. But yeah, this is one of the easiest ways to level up your paragons. Because this season the meta is layer bosses. Each layer, the minor layer bosses will give you about 3 million, I think. Uravar gives you maybe about 5. Then you need to put on, make sure you've got your XP well in the Forgotten Wisdoms. That gives you an extra 15. Then your elixirs. That gives you an extra 8, 5, that's another 13. So that's an extra 28% XP bonus. Now these, unfortunately, they don't stack. It only takes the one. It's not like 15 plus 8 plus 15. No, it's only one of the incense that counts. But hey, it's 28%, and 28% is a nice figure. Thank you very much for essentially taking your medicine. Okay, we got Asmodan here, which is good. I've actually got these at 5. I'm going to just change these across. We want the keys. So as you see, I've got one hand in my pocket because this hand's a little cold, and the other hand is just running around. And running around summons the wolves. There are about 5 wolves at any one time, as long as you're wandering around. That's the only negative thing, I guess. You do have to wander around. You could just stay there, but then you are losing the damage from the wolves, and it doesn't do the activation of the +1 to all skills. So, but you know, it's not a great thing. You just keep it fit. And you know, your damage here, it's like, yeah. Because my life is so high, which also means my fortify is so high. And there we go. As Medan is done. Loads and loads of... Wow, there's a 4GA in there somewhere. And it's still going, heavens almighty. Stop already. Now this is a lot of stuff. Now I do have 5 ranks into everything now in the divine gifts. Oh, I'm all full up there. Right, let's go back to town. I noticed there was a 4GA somewhere. Right, let's have a look. Pain Gorgers. Wow. 1GA, 1GA, 1GA. Don't know, I'm not even going to look at them. And the rest are just 1GAs. And you do need Dawnfire, so I'm not even going to look at the other stuff. Ring, strength, damage, overpower, no. I need at least a GA so I'll just all items, and then I have a whole bunch of stuff here. None of them are GAs. And now let's... Oh, there's a whisper there. Let's grab the whisper. Amulets. Head back into the world boss kill. Yeah, still quite a bunch here. 2J axe. Don't think I'm going to need anything here, mind you, but that was nice. 4GA paint gorgers. I don't think I'm going to be using them though, that's the thing. If it had been a 4GA Dawnfire, that would have been stupendous. Tibalt's, no. 2GA axe, no. Armor, obviously I could change away and use it, but no. Why should I change when everything is working nicely, thank you. 1 to crack in the armor. If it had been a 2 to crack in the armor, that would have been better, because then you could have maybe moved away from the max life, but blah.
What's still got some good in it?
Right, there's a little bit of that, and I got some more boss mats, and I did get quite a number of, let's have a look. So the escalation dungeons, I've got enough. I've forgotten wisdom 1. Now I've got skull, obols. The materials, no. Equipment, no. Gold, artillery. But we did get 2 more Ascended, Tributes of Ascendeds. Now, I've been unlucky when I've been running the Tributes of Ascendeds. I had 4, run 4, got 0 mythics. I've got 10 of these things now. Get rid of these. Open the... See if we can get an absolutely magnificent amulet, which it doesn't look as though I have. No. Then there was the gift to the tree. Oh, Paragon point, thank you very much. No GAs. So this is might as well go through the Paragons now. So I on my starter board I put Diminish, which gives me bonus to the rare nodes. So I got a massive boost to damage to elites and strength, and here it's damage and strength, and it's really the damage to elites that I wanted. So then coming up into the castle boards, I put Challenger, which is to all normal nodes, and we've got a bunch of strength in this board, so I maxed out the strength in this board. Then I come across into Relentless. While moving for 2 seconds after you deal 80% increased damage and have cooldown reduction. And I put Spirit in this board. Now Spirit, this is one of the boards that you can actually have the best willpower, but none of them are particularly brilliant, but it does give you that additional crit strike. Then I came up into where is it? There it is. Beacon, which gives me at least whenever your orders are mercenary, you deal 90%, and the chances are that one of your pets or Rahir is within, so that's a damage boost. And I put Exploit for the vulnerable damage. Is it the right one? It's working for me fine, and we do actually make things vulnerable at most of the time. And again, this is a board that's got a reasonable amount of intelligence. So there are a couple more I can pick up on here. So that's what I'll be doing now. And then for the last board I put is Preacher. Zealot skills give me an increase attack speed. Still not 100% sure that this is going to be the final board that I actually want, but the key is here for the attack speeds. The fortified generation, damage when you're fortified, and maybe I'm a little bit OTT on this, but we're almost so this board here I'm still thinking about, do I actually need it just for this bunch of attack speed. No, there's no bosses. It's got a whisper, but I'll. So what's the majority I've got? Put these away first. Oh, I've still. I got 10 of these. When you're leveling up, make sure you go to the den and get these. I want the extra armor. Right, so boss mats, which is the biggest boss mats I've got? Looks like Gregor, Varshan. So we'll do. Don't have too many beasties. Uravar. Okay, so we can do some Varshan and some Gregor, and I'll just show you how simple this is. Hello, Clouds. Very good, thank you. My voice is still a little not so good. So this is a finger-friendly build. So we're not even really we're only using the passives to the auras. And we just essentially melt everything in front of us. We do have to move around though, because moving around is summoning our wolves. And the wolves have the auras. So we just need to make sure that we've got the summoning up. And then we come into the boss. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And I didn't look. But you get about 3 mil. We can check. And so if you just, take everything and boom, we got Belial. Well, he's dead already. And this is where you're getting the majority of your XP this season. So it's a speed of kill on the bosses. He just smacked me. There. How many seconds were that? So we got about, that was 9 before, so about 4 mil per kill. Just wander around again. Thank you. Yeah, I and it, boom, 17. So yeah, about 4 mil a kill. But you do need to make sure you've got your XP well and you've taken your medicines. So if you think about how many XP per hour you could probably get if you have enough boss mats, Now, if you don't have any boss match, you can still kill the boss. But then what you need to do, you need to go out, reset the dungeon, and then come back in again and kill the boss. So all that takes sort of time. I don't know how long it takes. I've never really measured it. But a couple of minutes at least, I would say. Okay, so I'm full up now. So I've got a choice. I can sort of look at the gear I've got, and what I'm going to do is just dump it. So if you hold down control, then click with a left click, then it just is quick to dump. That's a 1GA, that's a 1GA, that's a 1GA, that's a 1GA. I'm not, even now, I'm not bothering about 1GA items. So if we come back in again, so we're not going to go back to town, because I actually have enough mats, so I'm not too worried about it. And boom, down he goes. So the thing I'm trying to do here, okay, well, you can, let's see. That's actually the build I'm running. Just recently I put on Doombringer, but you can go with. Just recently I put on Doombringer, but you can go with there's a double-headed axe there that I used before, but I just found Doombringer is better. Herald of Zakarum to give me the extra armor, but everything's in the build guide. And I've tried to keep things as simple as possible. Now, it's relatively easy to get your mythics this season. So the chances are of getting something like this build is relatively easy. He still gets me down. And there we go. And it really is finger friendly. But you do, I guess the key is for here is to run around, because you need to summon the wolves. I have now been playing for 95 hours altogether. Here we have Belial. My wolves should take care of him. There we go. Two GA boots. Okay, we'll keep a hold of that. Oh, don't have enough space, so let's see if there's actually anything I want to keep. So remember to hold down the, if you're on a keyboard, hold down Control and then just right click. Then you can go through these quite quickly. There is a method that you can use the middle wheel, but I just don't know how. Don't need that. Don't need that. GA penitence, I'll keep hold. Run around to summon my wolves. And there we go. I think I'm gonna sneeze. No, that's the wrong one. C 1 GA 1. Keep the greaves. I said I would keep the greaves. Easy peasy. How many have I got left? I've still got 114. That's still a reasonable number. But I just think this is... Killing the bosses all the time is just boring. But it's what if you want to get to Paragon 300 the quickest, this is it, unfortunately. You can still run the pits, absolutely. But because he's not getting the sort of added bonus of the pit boss kill this season, you're not, it's not as efficient as... Okay, that was the axe I was running before I had the Doombringer, which was Sundered Knight. But running the Doombringer gave me more damage. Pardon me. I did summon, yeah, I did. You don't get very many mythics from the lair bosses. The majority of mythics come from the Mythic Prankster Nightmare Dungeon. You get 5. So if everybody has got one of these Mythic Prankster Nightmare Dungeons, if there's a team of 4, that's 20 mythics. Guarantee. 20 mythics. That's an incredible number. But if you getting an absolute fantastic sanctification, you sort of need them because once they're sanctified, that's it. And to push high pits, and which, to be honest with you, I'm not interested in, because my goal first and foremost is to try and get to Paragon 300. What's this? No. So I don't need the absolute most best build ever existed in the entire realm. I just need something that can do this as quickly as possible. And I can still get through, you know, pit 79 in about 2 minutes. So just to sort of mix things up a little bit. Running in Infernal Hordes, same thing. Easy peasy. The other day I had a double chaos rift in the hordes, and I had 4,200 ether to spend using this build. Okay, here comes Belial again. I'll just stand here, let the wolves do the damage. There we go. Takes a little bit longer, but you know, they're powerful enough and we're happy. Alright, let's... Because you are getting, you know, when you're in T4, you can do this on T1. You know, it's, you don't have to do this in T4. It's whatever the gear you've got. But the Auradin is super strong, super easy to run. Everybody tries probably the Blessed Hammer to start with, but I'm finding this to be one of the easier builds to run. Because there really is literally no thought processes behind it, and I'm all in favour of that. Because a couple of seasons ago, playing some of the other builds, it was like playing a piano with the finger, and it was tiring, and it got your wrist, you know, some carpal tunnel. So this is definitely, if you've got carpal tunnel syndrome, this is definitely a build for you. 1GA. I might actually keep a hold of this just because it's got a chance to deal double damage, and it's a 3 to advance, and the advance is 136%, so I'm gonna keep a hold of that. No, and none of the rest of them are interested in Sundered. If you're getting a Sundered, you want to try and get the cooldown reduction is a GA, secondary GA max life, but the cooldown reduction, and then the aura potency as high as you possibly can. This one's too low, but you know, better than a kick in the butt if that's all you got. See, we're almost halfway. Okay, so I run out as mats now. So if you want to continue now running Grigor, what you do, E, leave dungeon, tab to open up your journal, reset dungeon, and this you should be able to go back in and run Grigor again, but it's just obviously a lot slower doing it this way, because you probably could have killed him once already. But if you have no mats, then this is a, you know, a solution. So here we've got 88. Just do the same again. $92. So we've got about 4. Same again. E, leave dungeon. So you don't have to have the mats. Then I got tab, reset dungeon. Head back in again. But am I just as easy to run through a pit about the same time? Not sure. I'd need to do the timings on it. And there we go. So that's how you would do it if you don't have any boss mats whatsoever. You see, I've got no boss mats, but I still got the XP. So you need about 2 runs to get 6 mil or 8 mil. Right, so I was going to keep that and keep this. Now, just as a sort of, if I run a 79, we're at 96 right now. I haven't done too much of this, understanding, you know, what point is pits and bosses to be is running better. Okay, you just need to get the waves up and running. And there we go. I think we can get this done in about 2 minutes, roughly. Obviously it depends on the monsters inside and the pit itself. And we'll take the refill though. A couple of Belial's eyes here. Take both of them. We don't need to go all the way back there. This will be the next. There we go. And 3. Yeah, take the last eye. We've got 5 eyes now. So we know Belial will be summoned at the end. Last wave. Okay, we'll take every little piece of damage multiplier we can get. Because why not? There's Belial. So we're going to be a little bit over 2 minutes because these guys take about 6 or 7 seconds to actually get here. But Belial itself, Badoosh. And we got 101. What did we start with? So about 8-ish. I should have really. So that's. I'll write it down this one. One oh one 120 222. Right, let's do that one more time and we can actually see. Okay, so we upgrade this one. Alright, so let's just do this again. So thinking that this takes about 2 minutes. So it takes just a little bit of time to get the wolves up and running. So as you see, finger friendly. Now, if you really wanted to, you could use the num key to be able to still be finger friendly, but to actually use the auras, use the actives on the auras. I'm just choosing not to. But you could, and that would be an extra damage boost, for sure. Okay, some channeling. Let's wander this way. And we've got the 5 eyes, so we don't really need to get them in particular. We don't need to hunt them out. Oh, and we came to a dead end. Look. Damn. Okay, so we're going to be having to backtrack all this way. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? All the way for that one group. But it looks as though we'll still be under, maybe under 2 minutes. It would be well under 2 minutes if we'd actually, yeah, just a little bit under 2 minutes. So about 4 million then, 105. So it's still, you know, better as long as you can keep under 2 minutes. Then you're still better running bosses. Okay, this was a pit 79. So running a pit 79 in under 2 minutes, or roughly 2 minutes, you're getting about 4 mil, which is the same as running one pit boss. Sorry, one ladder boss. So you're running in 2 minutes, you might run 6 ladder bosses. So that, you know, you got 18 mil as opposed to 4. So it's significantly better. Significantly better running. Right, so what have we got here? Life on hits, cooldown reduction, attack speed. This is not too bad because you got cooldown reduction, but you're really after some passives. Thank you, Clouds. Yeah, it's reasonably okay. If the pit XP was the same as it was last season, then the pits is a viable option. Right, so let's go put these. That's what we got for running the ladder boss, Grigor. And we need to run another Forgotten Wisdom. We definitely don't need this. So you can't actually destroy these, you can only sell them. I know you only get like a penny for it, but it's better than a kick in the butt. I mean, so you could probably run sort of 89s, 99s if you sort of equipped everything. We need to take our medicine. And you see everything melt away in front. And that's what we're after, the experience well. So this is what it looks like. And you can choose to continue the dungeon, or as I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Varshan. So this is one of the minor layer bosses. Right, so we're 106. $109. So about 3 mil. So if we just do this, and then do this, just quick, leave them on the floor. $30 seconds for 2 bosses. And we've got more XP than we did running 2 minutes in the pit. So the meta is running pit bosses for gaining your XP. And you know, there's many people who got such this build, but the reality speaks. That's all you need to do. You just need to kill the boss to get your XP. And as I just shown you before, that how many is that? 4 in a minute, roughly. Not pushing it either. It's just running around. But I have to say that I enjoy running the pits because there's always something new. Right, so let's redo the same again. So you get Dawnfire in here, so if I manage to get an upgrade to my Dawnfire, I'll be happy. There we go. It takes longer for Varshan to die and the box to open than it does me to kill the damn thing. Take this. So to really maximize this, what you could do, you've killed. You open the box, summon, and you can go back and pick up the stuff, or most of it. Come back, get the final little bit, Open the box. Rinse and repeat. And in this way, you're really absolutely maximizing your time. There's very little downtime in this. You're maybe getting 6 or 7 summonses per minute. Well, I don't know. Maybe you could time this. See, I'm waiting for the box. If this was a quicker open, oh, okay, I'm full. So now I'll just come across here, spend a bit of time, and you can use, no. None of these are jaded, on fire, max life, that's pretty much the same as I've got. Endurant faith. Okay. I wonder why it wasn't coming up. He actually slows you down, which is crazy. There's no one way that just beats everything. It's whatever works for you. So by the time, okay, so I need to come in. Right, what was this? A Shroud of False Death. This one is not a fantastic because it's damage after entering, so you're better getting a GA on all stats, resource gen or max life. This is one of the ones that is so. You can always, you know, Blessed Shield, no. Dawn Fire, that's a little better than I've got maybe. But you really want the GA on Holy Light. I should learn this trick that you can do this with your, if you've got a wheel on your mouse, you can just sort of scroll across. And then it just either picks everything up or drops everything. I just haven't worked out yet. Oh, Cool, well done. My stream went black. Really? I have my iPad set up on the left hand side here, and it seems to be okay. Just one of these things. Nothing I can really do about that, unfortunately. So here we go again. Round and round in circles. Open up. And this, for me, this is the boring. You know, summon. Go back, pick some up. Come around. Pick up the rest of the stuff. Wait for him to do his death dance. Open. Rinse and repeat. It doesn't take long for your wolves to get summoned. Oh, okay, so I'm all full up. Not many GAs that drop at these bosses. How many have I got left here? 43. So I've got another three runs of here. So I've got five wolves up by the time he appears. Oh, let's go summon. Pick these up. And my wolves generally jump on anything that comes within distance. Open. Summon. Pick up a couple of bits and bobs. Come say hello. And there we go. Oh, that death dance was took forever. Okay, it looks as though we've got Duriel arriving. And departing. Okay, so let's see if there was anything worth keeping. Runakith, no. No GAs. Now, when you're just starting in the game, take everything back and salvage stuff. But I'm not in that need right now, so this is why I'm doing it this way. Shard of Varathil? No. So there's been nothing here that has caused me to say, yay! So now I can still, I think I don't have enough. Yeah, I've only got 7. But you can kill the boss. Now you can't open, and it won't allow you to do anything else. But because I don't need any of these, so if you go E, leave dungeon, then tab to open your map, reset dungeon, and you can go back in again. Yeah, Clouds, getting the keys is one of the things you do need. But you don't need the key to get the XP. As I'm just showing you here, you can go out, reset the dungeon, come back in again. Summon. We know we don't have any keys, but you still get the XP. And you just do the same again. E, leave dungeon. This takes longer, obviously. Tab, reset dungeon, accept, back in again. So if you're just after the XP and you don't have any keys, this is what you can do. And it is still overall quicker than running a Pit 79 that takes a couple of minutes. But it takes me a couple of minutes. It might take you a wee bit longer. This is, you know, we're getting about 3 mil per run. Okay, so that's how we would run if you don't have any keys. Now what key have we got next? Urivar's probably the next one. So we can head across to, that's Duriel. There's Urivar. Right, so where is the little devil himself? Right, so we're 6-6. I think Urivar gives a little bit more XP for whatever reason. A significantly more XP. That's 6 mil. 6 mil would take me like 1.5 runs at a Pit 79. So about 3 minutes, and that took me about 3 seconds. This is why that running the bosses this season is by far the best way to get XP. $12.1. This should be about 8.17. At least 5.5. So if we then summon, go pick up, walk around for a wee bit, down he comes. Summon. Go pick up while he takes his merry old time to come down. Go pick up while he does his death dance. Summon. I mean, this is crazy, really. Okay, I'm full up, so just wander across here. I've only got a couple of GAs here. Mantle of the Grey. I don't need any of these for my build. So I'm just... And they don't give Dawn Fire here, don't think. Frostburn, Pain Gorgers. Open. Oh, open. Summon. Pick up while he does his death dance. Summon. Just pick a couple of things up. Summon. So it really is rinse and repeat. See my wolves just get a sniff of him when he arrives down. Pick a couple of bits and bobs. And already I'm what? Third of the way there maybe? Not quite. Oh, I'm all full up. Right, so is there anything here? Red salmon? No. Light rebuke? Now, if I get a GA that's maybe got a double on, here it's 226. If it's closer to 250. GAs. He just went a little bit up. Ooh, heavens almighty. 400. Which means my stream might get a little bit choppy. Still managed to take him down pretty easy. That's some impressive XP. How many more have I got? 40. No, three summonses. Or 3 box openings, I should say. My latency is back down to my normal, about 150. Okay, so I'll kill him, then get rid of this stuff. Frostburn. Mindful of the Grey. Now, depending on your build, some of these might actually be very good for you. Okay, there's a 2GA I'll keep a hold of. I think that should be about my last summoning with keys. Let's see if I can. Yeah, so it can't open, so that's me done. not quite 50% here, but that's in, 40% of a level at 260 for killing Uravar. Maybe 10 runs, roughly. So we can sort of do the same again. We'll leave the dungeon. Tab, reset. Go right back in again. But we do need to get to where he is. Summon. See, right, 96. $101. And you just do the same again, rinse and repeat. So we'll just go back to town this time, but you know this is how you can run the bosses without actually having any mats. It's obviously quicker with the mats, but it's very viable in what to do if you just want. So nothing here. I'll put that in here, and ooh, I'm full. Oh heavens, I really do need to get rid of some stuff. I'll put that in. In actual fact, I don't want this one. I'm just gonna get the spark. So we do have quite a lot of runes for running the bosses. So that was running 2 bosses. That's a reasonable haul. So the next one I have the most of would be Abhorrent Hearts for the Harbinger. But what I'm going to do first is have I got an easy intel? Yeah, it's an easy intel. And is there any more in this board? No. I don't need the maximum faith. Okay, so that's that board essentially finished. To all the magic nodes, there's one more willpower here to take, which will give me a research gen. Not really necessary. I'm finding that this board in particular is maybe not as necessary. Thinking about changing that board. Here, this is a bonus to all the normal nodes. The first one I took is all the strength. Don't think I've got any more strength. I've got a couple. I got strength up here. I did have a strength here that I don't need to. So I can take this and then I can get one more up here. And I got a strength here. Maybe I'll take these two. And these are physical damages, so yeah, I think that's maybe a little bit better overall eventually. Okay, so that's, I'm going to take a little break for a couple of minutes. So it's just going to take a break. I'll be back in about 5. See you soon. Okay, back again. Ooh, my stomach is rumbling. I just put on some rice. We'll have some turkey curry for dinner. For lunch, I should say. Okay, I see the... boss in 28 minutes. Set the timer. I've probably missed a couple of bosses already. 25 minutes. Just in case I'm still here and lunch is not quite ready, because rice takes a wee bit of time to cook. So we can take out some medicine. We'll just run a quick pit. 79s take me about a couple of minutes. What I'll do this time is just put on the auras, just to see what kind of difference it actually makes. So I'm running and just put the auras on numlock. So 1, 2, 3 on my number pad. Oh, it's gone already. Just to show you what difference it actually makes. Just to activate them, hit my tab. But obviously you don't have to do this. So not really much difference using the skills, not using the active orders instead of using just the passive. Maybe a fraction easier. But considering that we've run a minute and a half, 2 minutes already. But a lot of it depends on the layout of the floor. This is actually a little bit slower than we've run in the past. But still, not too shabby. Alright, so we just upgrade. Leave pit. So using the active part of the auras as opposed to the passive part, not massive difference. Right, so what were we going to do? We're going to do the Harbinger. Thorns, strength. I'm really looking for a GA on attack speed to be able to change away one of my rings. Right, Mr. Harbinger, where are you? You're down in the Hantu. Right, so we need to Run through. It's a long run, but a straight run. So right, we're 110. $115. About 5 mil, 5.5 mil. That's about the same as Urivar. Although overall I would say this is a longer because it takes a longer time for him to be summoned and for it to appear. Kill wise, much the same. So the summon here is considerably longer, so we can pick up 2, 3, 4, 5 wolves. Unlock. Open. Do a little walkie-walkie. 3, 4, 5 wolves. Just like that. Oh, it's open. Yeah. But I think the overall fight here, you know, by the time that you've opened and summoned and killed, it's actually feels longer than Urivar by 10 seconds at least, which means that you can get a lot more kills from Urivar in the same frame, same time frame. Oh, I'm full up. Easy enough to kill though. Right, let's just do the same here. No GAs, don't need. 22%, so. GA sword. Oh, let's keep on. I got a sword, that's a Doombringer. The two-handed sword is the grandfather, when the single is Doombringer. So that's the second mythic I've got running layer bosses. Some neat iron dropped. There it is. Okay, so the GA on that one was to all starts, which is the same as I've got. It was a single GA, so there's no difference to the one I've got. But I will keep a hold of it. Argent Veil, 49, no. 171, Red Sermon. Crown of Lucian, 9%, no. 9%, no. Griswold's Opus. Oh, that's actually not a bad. And Zakharum. That's not bad either, but it's only a 32%. Okay. I'll head back to town. Oh, I can open one more. So let's open, then head back to town. Ring black. Nothing else there worth keeping for me. So I will keep that and keep that. No need for this. And you know what I'm going to do? Oh, I don't temper. I am going to sanctify this to see if I can get a better sanctification. See if I can get a better roll on the next time it hits life, I'll just keep it. See, it uses one light, one neath iron. It's just the same. Okay, so let's go sanctify. So maybe they say what I'm thinking is the sanctification might be much better. So this is what you do. So it's got you have to make sure of a few things first. One, that you've upgraded it to 25 quality, and second, if it's got empty sockets, if it's got a socket, put a socket in it. If it needs two, put the two in, but make sure you've got the socket, because once you've done this, once you've sanctified, you can't change it. So we're going to sanctify. It's a new affix added. Attack speed, well, that's not too shabby actually. Is it better than what I've got right now? Don't know. I think I'm at 100% attack speed already. Yeah, I am. So if I, okay, the crit strike damage is because of the everything else stays the same. But now I can change a ring out and stills. So what it means is that I can actually now so my attack speed still is pretty good. So what this allows me to do now is I look at some of these jewels, and once I get a jewel that I like, so sort of some jewel, there might be an amulet or ring, and then I can use this Doombringer, and because it's got the attack speed on here, then I'll be able to maybe get a little bit better. Small things, you know, that's all it is small improvements. What I thought I'd do now, I have got Tributes of Ascendance,